Hey y'all, Natalie here, and I am scrapbooking these wild boys today, and I'm using a challenge from the Paige Evans Facebook group for the National Scrapbooking Day. Missy offered a challenge of using mixed media, so you know that's my jam. So I dug into the archives of Paige's cut files, and I pulled out this adventure one, and you can see there it didn't cut all the way through this really textured craft paper, so I had to doctor it up. So I went off camera and did that because that was a pain. It was like a perforated cut file almost, and I had to go through and punch it out and cut it out. But it worked out, and I like the way it looks, and I like that textured cardstock. So I used a brayer to apply white gesso to the background of this yellow paper. And I really like the coverage, but it didn't get enough gesso on there. So you will see when I start adding all of my liquid, the paper is struggling, but it doesn't tear, so I call it a win. So I pulled out 4 green sprays of my Shimmerz collection. I have that like forest green, I have this Oh Say Can You See green, I have a lime, and then I have another, that one's called palm leaf, I think, or palm reader. And so I want them to all mix together. And so I'm kind of trying to control where they go by applying my water to the paper first before I spray them, and then swishing the paper around. It's a real professional technique called swishing. And I just am kind of rolling the paper around, letting the colors mix. I do leave a few of the colors unmixed because I want different colors on my background. So I'm just working with that in just different sections so it's more manageable. But I can already tell that I didn't get enough gesso on there. But like I said, I call it a win because the paper didn't rip. I did let it dry really well. And I turned on my heater and I held it in front of the heater for a little while instead of using like my little heat gun. So I was just putting paintbrush water on the page, and then I ended up spraying it there on that second half of the page. Just swishing and swooshing. You know, green is my favorite. I don't know if you know that, but if you've watched this channel before, you might know that. So look how you can still see the separate colors. I love that. So it's kind of looking how I want. It almost looks like a camo kind of thing. So I'm gonna dab up some of the excess liquid, do a rollover, and the pattern that's on the paper towel does go away after a minute. Yeah, I really like how that looks. I just wanted some color on the background in the exact spot that I lay that like square cut file. So I have it dry, and there's the adventure cut file, and I'm going to put my photo in. Oh, sorry. Nope. First, I'm going to add splatters because I like the way the background looks, but a few splatters won't hurt. And I do roll the paper towels over the splatters too, so they are also muted and not super bold. And sometimes I want them super bold, and so I'll let them dry like that, and they'll be bolder. It just depends on the look I'm going for. And the shorter bottles of Shimmerz have shorter nozzles, obviously, and they don't splatter as well, in my opinion. They don't have the like bouncy give that the larger bottles have. So you gotta give it more of a shake. So there I'm showing you a little bit. It kind of went through on the edges, and there's the finished background. And it almost ripped right there, but it didn't. But I do like the way that it's like crackly on the edges. You know, I love a good distressed look. So that's still drying, and I'm going to use the D to house one of my 2 photos because I had already printed these in 3x4 size. And I don't mind if they cover up the cut file some, but putting both of them on top of the cut file would really cover up a lot of the wording. So I had that empty space in the D. The cut file actually cut out inserts for the D and the A and the R and stuff, but I just didn't use them. So I put my Nuvo glue on over it because it's sticking on the gesso, so it needs a good adhesive. Nuvo glue is awesome. My page is curling up on the edges, so I'll end up sitting those heavy items on the edges, and just for a few minutes, and that actually really helps. And then of course when you put it in the page protector, it'll put it out. So now I'm just going through a ton of die cuts, and I'm going through that as a Cocoa Vanilla boy collection. That hat is from a Paige Evans really pick me up collection, and then these are from Shimmerz Never Grow Up. collection, which is super great for my boys, and especially this time at home. I was a little sad to hear her news yesterday because I really love this new collection, but that's okay. She's got exciting things going on, so hopefully we'll get some more stuff from her eventually. But yeah, they love to collect lightning bugs in a jar, so I love that, and it gave a lot of interest, but then you can still see the cut file through that vellum. I really like that. And then the color on that boomerang was perfect with the browns that we have going on. And then I want something else to go there, so I'm searching on the cardstock sticker sheet from Shimmerz, and I find that little frog that goes down there really well. And then I found this other deck that says "Here Comes Trouble," and if that doesn't describe my boys, I don't know what does. So that one definitely has to go on there. So it's time to start adhering everything down. So I like the positioning. The vellum, I don't want the glue or the tape to show through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put tiny dots of glue for the under part there. And then I'm going to put glue in the space that is going to be covered up by the Here Comes Trouble die cut. And then the other side, I'm going to use my tiny attacher to just kind of let it stick down. So I think that'll be enough to hold it down. And in the end, I end up putting some sequins on and kind of using them to hold down the top as well. But I didn't want the adhesive to show through the vellum. So that was my solution. So yeah, that little hat was so cute. And then I'm adding in another green, but I don't know what it is about this Never Grow Up collection. It makes me want to do all the green. This is my second green background layout. But I basically used all the green bits now out of the collection, so I'm going to have to branch out my color scheme with the next time I decide to use it. But I just love that I found that Brothers from the Cocoa Vanilla. I love that. So it's like Adventure Brothers. They are in a hammock there is what they're... I took that picture and they were just being cute and silly and trying to close it up and hide from me. So, but yeah, like I said, I created this layout for Missy Whidden's challenge and Paige Evans' Happy Scrappy Place on Facebook. I'll link it down below, but her challenge was just to use mixed media. And most of the things I learned about mixed media, I learned from Missy. So obviously I wanted to do that challenge, complete that challenge. Going back in, adding a few more splatters with the dark green. I'm sorry, I don't have the names memorized a lot of times. But, and then I'm thinking I'm almost done. And I'm like, you know what? Rustic sparkle's my thing. Let's add some sparkle. So I go through, well, actually what happened was the little one, the little boy there in that picture was playing with that little pile of sequins from Catherine Pooler, and I was like, he almost dumped the entire thing on the floor, and I was like, let me take those away from you and put them on my page because they were green. The sequin mix is called Boston. So I really like the way that they added some interest to the page. There's the final layout. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll link down below as usual. I bought all my supplies from A Cherry on Top, and I'll put my affiliate link down below if you'd like to shop. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.